Every morning, you do the single most damaging thing your engine will feel all day. Then you get in after lunch and do it again. It takes about 10 seconds and you have never once seen it. No camera can film it. It happens sealed inside solid metal in the dark while you are still reaching for your coffee. We are going to take the metal away and watch it happen. And by the end, you will know why half the things people do on a cold morning to protect their engine are doing nothing at all. While you sleep, your engine is slowly emptying itself. It's full of oil, but oil only moves when the engine is running. Switch it off and nothing holds it up top anymore. So gravity does what gravity does, drop by drop, all night long. The oil drains off the moving parts at the top of the engine and pulls in the pan at the bottom. By the time your alarm goes off, the parts that need oil the most are sitting there almost bare. There's a thin film left, thinner than the smear of butter on knife you thought you would already washed. But a film is not a bath, and in few seconds you are going to ask that film to do a very hard job. You turn the key and the engine starts spinning before the oil gets there. The pump only wakes up when the engine does, and now it has to push that cold oil all the way from the pan at the bottom back up to the top, through passages narrower than a coffee stirrer. That takes time, usually about 30 seconds to reach full pressure. 30 seconds sounds like nothing, until you picture what's happening in the first moment of it. Metal sliding against the metal with almost nothing in between. This is the closest a healthy engine ever gets to running dry. Every morning, right as you are adjusting your mirror, and the oil showing up late isn't even the worst part. Cold oil is lazy. The colder it gets, the thicker and slower it gets. That's actually what the label on your oil is telling you. Grab a bottle of 5W30 and look at that 5W. The W stands for winter, and the number in front of it is the cold flow rating. The lower it is, the better the oil moves. The better the oil moves the moment you start the car on a freezing morning. So, even the people who make the oil know this exact problem is coming. And thick slow oil doesn't want to climb up through those tiny passages, which means the very top of your engine, the part that's already the most exposed, waits the longest to get any. The spot in the most trouble is last in line, and while it waits, your engine has already started doing something that makes it worse. On purpose. A cold engine can't burn fuel cleanly, so to fire up reliably, it deliberately runs rich. That's mechanic speak for dumping in extra gasoline, and raw gasoline is a solvent. It washes that thin film of oil right off the cylinder walls, the one place you really did not want less oil this morning. At the same time, cold metal plus combustion makes water. Actual water, condensing inside your engine and dripping down into the oil. Your engine only cooks that water back out once it gets properly hot. So, if your daily drive is short, a few minutes there and few minutes back, it may never get hot enough to dry itself out. Your commute might literally be too short to be good for it. Which brings us to that one thing half of you do every winter morning, and it does nothing. You have heard it your whole life. Start the car, let it sit and warm up for 5 minutes before you drive off. And once upon a time, that was correct. Older cars use the carburetor, a purely mechanical part that mixed the air and fuel, and it genuinely ran rough until it warmed up. Your granddad was right about your granddad's car, but almost every car built since around 1990 uses fuel injection, which just means a small computer sets the fuel mixture for you and adjusts for the cold instantly. So letting it idle in the driveway isn't warming your engine in any way that helps. You are mostly burning gas to heat the neighborhood. The healthiest way to warm a modern engine is almost funny in how simple it is. You drive it. Gently light on the pedal for the first mile or two. Driving warms the whole car, the engine, the transmission, even the wheel bearing, and it does it faster than idling ever will. And that scary line you will see everywhere, that 90% of engine wear happens at startup, take it with a fistful of salt. It gets repeated mostly by companies that would love to sell you a bottle of something to prevent it. On a modern engine, the real damage is far smaller. So next time someone tells you to sit and idle to protect your car, you will know exactly what's happening inside that engine the moment you start it, and that's the best thing you can do is just put it in gear.